Hi, today we will be talking about the 10 most common mistakes in label packing. 1. FDA and GMP compliance. The FDA and GMP have very rigid guidelines for how dietary products and health supplement labeling occurs and the type of information that must appear on the label. In short, the process of meeting governmental requirements for dietary supplement packaging and labeling are strict. At ABH Pharma, we make it our business to understand every nuance of the regulations that apply to the nutraceutical industry. We also understand the expense that occurs when a label is not accurate and must be replaced. This is not always just a simple process, and in some cases, the cost might also include fines and penalties from government agencies. As expensive as that sounds, the monetary penalties are not the worst of it. Damage to your brand by an FDA warning letter can mean closing your doors. It is hard to regain lost ground when your brand suffers from consumer misgivings. Reach out to us about our complete labeling program, which includes a comprehensive label compliance process. 2. Graphic and marketing designers without industry experience. Graphic design and marketing take time, so the process must be efficient and accurate. Delays in label design mean that your product takes longer to hit the market, and for seasonal products, that can be disastrous. Time is money, and the longer that your product is unsaleable, the more you lose. It's a total loss to produce a label that does not comply with federal guidelines and that is not market ready. An experienced label and marketing professional helps you understand your options. Those range from container shape and size to labeling requirements, design, and marketing. 3. Rushing the process and buffering. One of the most common errors that private label supplement brands make is failing to understand how much time goes into creating a label that is market ready. Buffering is a term that describes the time it takes before your product reaches you. It includes the entire process from start to shipment. It is important to understand how much time your product needs, and that is not always a straightforward process, can lead to errors, or labels that do not fit into the expectations of your market. Leave plenty of time for label design, label proofing, and for the printing process. What you gain when you do is a label that helps your brand succeed. 4. Not drawing the customer's eye. Remember that you have only about 14 seconds before a customer zones out in an aisle. Creating a label that does not stand out costs your brand customers. When you blend into the status quo, you camouflage your product. Stand out and be noticed. 5. Being too extravagant and complicated. Labels that are too extravagant and complicated drive customers away. It is important to respect people's willingness to invest in reading a label, and when they are faced with 500 labels, they will move past anything that is not simple and clear. Too much text, text that is hard to read, or text that is too complicated are negatives. Keep it simple and informative without adding chaos. 6. Not passing the 5-year-old test. Label information should be easy to understand. The idea is that a child can find your label if you describe it to them. People don't want complicated labels. They want to find the information they need quickly and without fuss. 7. Not engaging the emotions. People are emotional shoppers. They are buying supplements for a reason, and many times that reason is personal. Touch their feelings. Expect to design a label for each of the emotions that impact this product. Start with a list. Make one label for each of your ideas. Then lay them out on the table and collect the ones that make the most impact. It might be that you combine ideas, but in the end, you will have a label that touches your consumers. 8. Not creating iconic assets. Your brand is far-reaching, and people tend to buy from brands that they know. When you fail to create iconic assets, your brand becomes unrecognizable and overshadowed by competing brands. Consistency is a key virtue of an iconic brand. When people can easily recognize your brand on a shelf full of similar products, they tend to buy your product. Be consistent in colors, text, and graphics. 9. Not reducing secondary packaging. Many consumers are mindful of environmental concerns, such as using plastics. Also, for a large segment of the market, opening plastic is difficult. Be considerate of your consumers and your target market by reducing secondary packaging, which also benefits you. Packaging is a major cost, and by keeping packaging at a minimum, you drop the overhead and gain more profit. 10. Unreliable packaging. Consumers do not buy products that are iffy. Focus on using a quality packaging partner who can help you design your labels and packaging so that it stands up to the journey from manufacturing to the store shelf and to the consumer's home. Label errors are disastrous events that go beyond actual cost and can involve damage to your brand. And those are our 10 tips for avoiding costly dietary supplement packaging mistakes. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment in the section below and follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.